What's up, everyone? You're listening to episode 3 of Words and Stuff, a video game podcast by two video game brothers who love to talk about video games. I am your co-host, Jonathan, and I am joined by my brother, the cousin of Cousin It, Micah. How you doing today, Micah?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am doing quite all right. If you guys didn't know, this is Words and Stuff. It's a video game podcast, like I said. You can find us on SoundCloud. You can find us on Apple Podcast, and very soon you can find us on YouTube, but not quite yet, but maybe, within a couple days or something like that. But whatever, we'll be there as well. So, Micah, question for you right off the bat.
Yeah.
The same question I ask always, so it's not really that big of a shock. What have you been playing lately?
I have been playing lately The Last Guardian. Mm-hmm. That's same thing I mentioned last week.
Yep.
I played a good amount more of it, and I think I can have like a solid, opinion on it. Yeah,
that's fine. If you play the first hour or two, you can't really have a legit opinion or your what are your thoughts on it quite yet. You can kind of have your impressions right off the bat, but those might not hold true. If you play, you're probably, like you said, halfway through the game, then you can totally tell us your thoughts and whatnot, and once you beat it or whatever, you can kind of give more of like a review. But So what are you thinking of it? Is it fun? Is it stupid? Is it fun? Is it dumb? Is it what?
It is fun. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to really get into it though. So I kind of like just pushing myself through it.
Why is it hard? Are they doing something not right for that? If it's a really great game, there's often like you're sitting at school, you're in college, or you're sitting at work or whatever, and your mind is like, I can't wait to get home to continue playing that game. That's what like a really good game does, and it's sometimes we get those games like that. So it's not giving you that itch where you're almost feeling like you're not like needing to play it. So why is that? What are they not doing right?
I think the main thing is that it's extremely repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of do the same types of puzzles, same type of stuff, and same area. Like really, it all looks alike.
Mm-hmm.
A couple things that happen are like some like intense moments, and that's what really like I'm really like getting to the game then. But they're usually short lived, and it's kind of like and then you're kind of back to the same type of gameplay.
Yeah.
If it had more of that, I don't want to like get too much in detail with that because I don't want to like spoil stuff.
No.
But if it had more of that intense type of gameplay,
like the set piece kind of like just I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I think it would be more fun, but I mean I guess it's hard because you can't just have the whole game full of something like that. It's supposed to be kind of like maybe slow or quiet at times because that's kind of what makes the game. But the controls are also, they're a little clunky, they're a little weird.
The controls are clunky, is that what you said?
Yeah, like not as much because the triangle's to jump. It's a little weird.
Triangle's to jump.
But that's not the main issue because I kind of get used to that. But it's just like the way you move. You really like you really almost feel like you're like a real person, but it kind of makes it difficult to walk.
Mm-hmm.
And some like the camera angles go a little crazy, and just the movements kind of makes me have a headache sometimes.
So even though this sounds crazy, after being in development for 9 years, it sounds like the game could have used some more time to touch up like camera angles and weird glitchy type things with camera.
Yeah, surprisingly, I have a feeling it might have been rushed, even
Yeah.
Even if that's
no, I think
it
did.
Doesn't sound possible.
This game has not been being developed for 9 years straight. It just didn't happen. It got shut down, it got brought back, or it got put on pause, or like they started from scratch and because an idea wasn't working or whatever.
Yeah.
So clearly they were probably like, we need to give this game to people because they've been crying about it every single E3 and stuff like that. So they probably here towards the end kind of rushed it to finish it to make sure they didn't delay it again, because that just would have been super ironic and hilarious if they're like, hey guys, we need a couple more months, but it probably would have been good. But at the same time, there's no way they'd be able to get away with that. Everyone would just be making fun of them if they did that again.
Yeah, but other than those couple of issues, it's a stunning game. It's a special game. Just it's not your normal everyday game.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it is kind of like what it is right now, most of the game, I don't think that's really a huge letdown because it's still something special, and I don't think it's super long, so it's not going to feel like a waste of my time.
Yeah.
And I just hope that I think there is a worthwhile ending, is what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. I have been playing quite a few things. I've been playing some more Hyper Light Drifter, and I'm not going to really talk about much about it because I talked about it before. And like I said, I do want to get actually write a review for it, and I think I'll do that sometimes over this little bit of a Christmas wintry break we got going on now. But overall, it's freaking awesome, and I played some more of it. It's gotten more challenging. The story has gotten even more cryptic and weird in the best ways imaginable. It's a really special game in my opinion. The other thing I've been playing a little bit is Modern Warfare Remastered. Call of Duty 4 is my all-time favorite Call of Duty. Either that or Modern Warfare 2, but I think it would still, Call of Duty 4 would probably get the nod. It's the one that I started on, and it's just so much fun, and it holds up so well. Playing it again, it's incredible. But they had this pretty cool little update, and it was all aesthetic stuff. It was just new camos and new calling cards and emblems and stuff like that. So it's the right kind of update in my opinion. When they, instead of, if they added guns to that game, I'll be really pissed. So there's rumors that might end up happening. I'm just going to be angry because it's this game's forever old. Don't totally change. No. I know what the game feels like. I know if that guy's over there rocking a P90, I know how to go about the situation and keep the engagement at a distance because he's got an advantage if he's close, and I'm rocking an M4, so I've got an advantage at a little. Yeah. If you throw in some more guns into the mix, it's going to piss me off. But they did add some, along with that update, they added microtransactions, but I don't have a problem with that, like I said, because it's just all aesthetic stuff. It's just new characters to run around as, but it doesn't change the game at all. Yeah. And I'm 100% okay with that. If people want to dump a couple bucks into it, cool. At the same time, everything in that game is also unlockable just by playing the game. It'll take you a little bit longer as opposed to dumping money into it. And it is the whole supply drop type thing where you're not paying to get a specific item, you're paying to open up a box that might have the thing in it. So that's the stupid part. But that's what pretty much all microtransactions are now, thanks to cell phone games. They just kind of, the whole mobile market has pushed its way into that, and I don't like that. I hate it. But like I said, if they start putting actual guns in that box, like they did with Black Ops 3, and they say, and now I'm just sitting here opening up the box and hoping to get good things, and meanwhile, other people are playing with new guns that I can't get just because I haven't been lucky enough to open it in a box, and they have. That's just the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, and I even dropped a couple bucks into the Black Ops 3 one just in hopes that, okay, I'll put $10 into it, or I think I put $20 into it the one time, and I'll open the box up 40 times, and hopefully I'll just get one new weapon. Nope, nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just dumb. Insane. Yeah. But they haven't done anything like that yet with Modern Warfare Remastered, which is cool. The other big thing that I've been playing is Mario Run, and I still can't believe, just like you're saying, it's kind of oh, what the heck? I'm playing The Last Guardian. This is so weird, you know what I mean? Because it's I can't believe this game actually exists because it's been so long. Really. It's really weird to just play Mario on a phone, and it's the real game.
But it works.
And it works, and that's what I want to say. I'll go over it real quick. It's a lot of fun. It's 100% worth the $10. That's a really low price. They don't have microtransactions and stuff like that in it. It's all just, everything in the shop that you can buy is all with in-game currency that you get. There's different game modes. There's just World 1, World 2, World 3, all the way up to 6 with level 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just fly through those levels. And then there's collectibles to get in there. And if you get those collectibles, you can unlock more fun stuff. And then there's a game mode called Toad Rally, which is playing against somebody else's ghost who's just running through the level as quick as they can, getting all of the collectibles and getting coins and doing tricks. And you get judged at that by the end of it. And then your score gets tallied up. And if you get stuff right, then more toads will then join your kingdom. So there's three things. There's the main game, like I said, with the World 1, level 2 type thing, and then there's the Toad Rally, which is a race / collectathon, running around real quick trying to get a whole bunch of fun stuff and do tricks. And then there's a kingdom that you can build by putting Mario pipe over here and putting a tree over there and putting a little toad house over there. So they did a lot of fun stuff with it. I'm sure I'll get a little bit tired of it eventually, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm totally okay with that being one of the main things that I'm going to play as we drive down to North Carolina for our Christmas trip. It's it's a fun game. It's a fun game. It really is.
Well, I'm probably going to be playing real games on a real console.
Good for you.
I'm just saying that because I'm mad that it's not on
yeah, I know. No, I don't like mobile games. I really don't. But this is a mobile game done right, and it's fun and it's simple, and I hope that people play it and really enjoy it, and then they say, I want to play the even more real versions of it on the Switch when it comes out in a couple months and that kind of thing. And I hope that's what this does, just like Pokemon Go helped Pokemon Moon and Sun like sell like better than any other Pokemon game has played in forever.
Overall,
and merchandise and everything. Yeah, just like that, I hope that this helps people want to play more Mario games on the Switch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, before we go into speedrun, I'm going to introduce a new topic category thingy that we won't do every single week, but it's called Review Recap. Basically, I've been doing reviews over at GameCentral.com for a very, very long time now. It's my friend Swagger's site. He does a lot of awesome stuff there. I met him online forever ago, and we've done a lot of YouTube content together, and a lot of content on his website and stuff like that. And I review games on there, anything from some little indie game to bigger grand scale stuff like the Batman Arkham games and stuff like that. So I'm going to give a review recap, which is just going to be a couple seconds reading a little chunk of my review and telling you my score. And this is just, if you guys hate this, then you can write in at wordsandstuffquestions@podcast.com and tell me this is the dumbest thing ever. But I'm not going to have this every week because I'm not making a review every week. But when I am making a review, I will tell you about it. So that way you guys can just get an idea of what games I'm reviewing, and if it's something cool, go get it, or if it's something that sucks, that maybe my review will help you not get it. So this game is a little game called Bridge Constructor Stunts. It was originally a mobile game, and it came to Xbox. So here is, all I'm going to do is read the intro paragraph and the outro paragraph. So, Bridge Constructor Stunts feels like a mix of Trials series and bridge-building PC games from the 90s. It attempts to take those two gameplay mechanics to mesh them into one game. It's a cool concept, and in theory, it sounds like it could be fun. Building bridges and ramps to skillfully launch yourself through levels seems like a nice idea. But in reality, what we have here is a game that feels unfinished and like it would have been found on Flash gaming websites in 2002.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. That was the opening paragraph, and the ending one is, overall developer Head Up Games has a really cool idea here, and honestly the tools and the building mechanics of the game are really neat. I wish the game did a better job of teaching me the mechanics without stretching out that tutorial over dozens of levels. It took me one peek to look at the trailer of the game, and suddenly I learned more about the building features and how to tackle tricky spots than the actual game taught me itself. The driving aspect of the game is just not good, and in my opinion, the game would have been significantly better if they honed down on the building mechanics and just let the AI drive the trucks around. This way I could learn the minor tweaks I needed to make to adjust the ramps, bridges, and not to worry about sloppy driving controls. If you love to build things and like the idea of grinding through levels by level and mastering each challenge, then you might have found a decent game here. However, I highly recommend the $3 mobile version because the price tag and lack of features on the Xbox One version just isn't worth the buy. And I gave the score a 5.2 out of 10, and on our scale over at GameGuideCentral.com, 5.2 is dull. That's what that means. So that was my review recap. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think it's a kind of cool idea. I really like doing reviews. I really like writing. We've done a whole bunch of reviews over there, and I just have a lot of fun with that kind of stuff. I've done some opinion pieces over there too, but mainly reviews. So overall, yeah, Bridge Constructor Stunts is like a Trials game and a building bridge type game mixed together, and it's not good. It's just not that good. So don't buy it unless you really like building stuff, and then do buy it, and you might find something fun-ish there, but I don't know. Micah?
Yes?
Are you ready for speedrun?
I am.
How ready are you ready for speedrun?
100 out of 10.
On a scale of what, I'm just a little bit buying time here because I'm trying to get the timer out on my phone.
Games,
okay, I got it.
Games are cool.
Games are very cool. So, First speedrun topic, if you guys didn't know, speedrun is a section where we go through different news topics that are interesting to us but maybe not worth being our topic of the week type thing. So it's just quick rundown of each one, and we start a 3-minute timer, and we have to make sure we get out all of our thoughts on the news item or whatever the case may be within that 3-minute span, and if we don't, we beat each other up horribly
to the pulp
with baseball bats across the head. That's how it goes. Yep. So first item up for talking, 3-minute timer started now, is the Nintendo Switch presentation has been set for 8 p.m. Pacific time on January 12th, 2017. As you guys may know, last week's episode kind of had the main topic was all of the Nintendo Switch rumors because there was a whole bunch of them. But what we hadn't had yet was the actual time we had the date for the presentation, but we didn't have a time yet. So we're not really going to talk about what we're expecting there because we talked about that all last week, and that's actually one of the quick little topics coming up next as well. Micah, what do you think about the fact that we're not going to be able to watch that until 11 o'clock at night? Do you think it's a good decision or a bad decision? The reason why it's so late for us over here in America, 8 p.m. Pacific time and 11 o'clock Eastern time, is because it's also showing over in Japan live too. They're trying to make it a live event all the way around the world. So they're going to get their Japanese one with obviously in Japanese.
Yeah.
They're going to start that video at the exact same time that we're starting our video, because it'll be a presentation that's online here, for somebody who speaks English or whatever the case may be. So that's the reason why it's a worldwide thing. But do you think it might hurt them, the fact that it's that late in the night? Do you think they're going to have less people watch it then? Or do you think all of us millennials are up at 11 p.m. anyway? What do you think?
I don't think that's going to affect it too much, honestly. A lot of people who I remember in the past with like directs and stuff being in the middle of the day, and when they announce them and they're like in comments and stuff, they're like, most of it's like, I don't know, they're probably kids go to school, but they could be college kids too, and they're complaining about how they'll be at school at that time. Okay. So they watch it later, but I think they'll most likely just watch it at that time. Mm-hmm. It works out for me because I don't know, I usually go to bed about that time anyway because I can wake up early pretty easily.
Yeah, not so much me. I am in bed or I'm just hoping to be in bed and sleep by then because I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
I don't have class till 12.
Yeah, lucky
the
you.
next day on Friday, so I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
you could tell me all about it, Mike. I'm just kidding.
And now that you said that it's live, I didn't know that in Japan.
Mm-hmm, yeah, it's supposed to be a worldwide thing.
We'll probably just have annoying English people for the most part then.
No. Well, it's not like I don't think it's a live event. They already filmed it. So,
okay.
You know what I mean? They filmed it in the different languages and stuff like that. This is what I gathered. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. But what I thought I understood is that they filmed it ahead of time. Maybe they already filmed it, and then they'll edit it and have this whole presentation ready to go, and they just press a button and it's going to be live for it'll be something that everybody gets to watch.
Yeah, it's like what they do with their digital presentations.
Exactly.
At E3.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
Nice timing. All right. Next one, another Nintendo thing. There have been some patent leaks, or these are actually legit patents. But then whether, a lot of times people do a patent and then it never ends up coming to fruition. But there have been some patents for the Nintendo Switch controller that are pretty doggone interesting. First one is, kind of a uninteresting one in general. It's just the fact that it has gyro in it, so you can move it side to side, and just having that in a control in something is fine because they use that in phones. They use that in just as a feature to have in games. That's fine.
That brings in probably some neat car games.
Yep. Another patent talks about sleep mode, so obviously that's a good thing. Be able to sleep it. USB-C is the USB that the console will be using. That is a fairly new one, and it's pretty much one of, if not the fastest. So that's really good. The dock itself has a fan built into it, so that because it's going to be sitting on this dock, kind of inside this dock, it has a better chance of overheating as opposed to if you were just holding it in your hand, where it's not kind of getting stuck in between some plastic and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's got a fan in it. So, that makes sense. The portable mode, this is something that we talked about before. Portable mode has less capability than dock mode, and that's just that on your screen, I think it's going to be 720p, and when you have it plugged into the dock, it'll be 1080p on your screen. Like I said, that really won't affect you. If you have a beautiful 720 screen that you're walking around portably, it's going to look gorgeous. You don't need it to be 1080p because it's a small enough screen that won't matter.
Yeah.
But then it does matter, and it is good that once it is put into that dock, it'll shoot 1080p onto the TV screen. This is an interesting one. The grip controller is essentially a battery pack.
Really?
Yes.
Like and by grip, are those the
grip controller is that little piece of plastic that you would just put the Joy-Cons on around, as opposed to having a Pro controller.
Okay.
So that also has like a battery pack to it.
Huh.
Okay. There's shoulder buttons on the Joy-Cons. There's rumble motor inside the Joy-Cons. The right Joy-Con has some IR sensor, like a pointer. So like for this could be their answer for having Splatoon. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you have a pointer on it again.
Yeah.
Like if they wanted to, something like that. And then there's also NFC for amiibos on it.
Yeah.
The Joy-Con configurations, there's various ones with different D-pads. So I guess maybe they didn't know. Maybe they patented different styles because they didn't know what D-pad they wanted. So they kind of got a couple different styles.
Yeah.
Touchscreen is definitely mentioned. And then the interesting one is there's images and text mentioned about a head-mounted display. So picture the fact that you can take the Joy-Cons off.
Oh, no.
Wow. So there's a head-mounted display. That's all. I can't say anything else. It took too long.
Some type of VR thing.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, you're not allowed to continue talking.
Whoops.
I have to beat you up now.
Oh, darn it.
Yep, you're gonna get it.
Crap.
Okay. Next item up for discussion. Ukulele is coming April 11th. It got its official release date, which is very exciting. Ukulele is a spiritual successor to like Banjo-Kazooie. It's basically the old Nintendo 64 era 3D platformers, which were like the collectathons in a big open world with goofy characters, with wide range of levels. There's the typical snow level, water level, desert level. That's kind of what a 3D platformer on the Nintendo 64 looked like, but we haven't had anything like that in forever. So that's what Ukulele is. It's really exciting. So the good news is that April 11th is the release date. The bad news, kind of, is the Wii U version has been canceled.
Yeah.
Kind of doesn't really matter because by April 11th, hopefully there's no games coming out for the Wii U anymore anyway, because by then the Switch will be out, right? March is what March is the
when the Switch
is basically when people are assuming the Switch will be released.
Yeah.
So the Switch will be out by then. So instead of having a Wii U version, they're starting to make a Switch version. But Micah, you have a very interesting perspective on this because this is the one and only game that you
I contributed to it existing in a way
towards in
on
what
the Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly.
So I put some money into that.
How much did you put into it? You kickstarted it?
Oh,
I guess it doesn't matter. But your name's gonna be in the freaking credits, which is awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you had a Wii U version coming to you.
Yeah, I picked Wii U. Actually, a couple months ago, I was like, I kind of wanted to think about switching it to the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that the Wii U one doesn't exist anyway. Mm-hmm. So I looked for information for that, and they said that you'll be able to switch it. And they'll have more information.
You'll be able to switch it. Nice, Micah. Nice fun.
In January,
but not towards the Switch.
And it's for a couple different computers like Windows. I think it's called Linux, like the weird one with like the penguin as his logo or something. Yeah, and then PlayStation 4 and then Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have information for changing that in January. So no for Switch though.
Yeah.
I think that kind of shows that the Switch one won't be coming out exactly when all the other exactly at the release date.
Yeah, I don't think so. I hope it just doesn't come out really late. I hope it's like it's April 11th that Ukulele's coming out. I hope it's not that freaking October it comes out or something like that.
Yeah.
Also, Nintendo should snatch this up and make it their own thing. They should buy them and just make Ukulele one of their things. They really should. It feels like a Nintendo game.
And then we'll be having more David Wise music.
Yes. Yes. 100% true. Next topic. Sea of Thieves technical alpha test coming December 16th, which is already out.
Oh crap! I have to check my email for that.
Exactly.
Because
you
I signed up for it.
You signed up for it. I didn't because I just didn't get around to it. Sea of Thieves is extremely exciting to me. I think it's when I just saw that at first, it was awesome to me, that original trailer. I'm like, thank you. Give me an open world MMO type piratey game. And the fact that it has like this cartoony style is like perfect because I don't want it to look realistic because like MMOs and that type of thing and an online big game like that, if it looks realistic, it usually looks really, really dumb
and ugly.
Maybe an exception would be like Destiny, but that still has like a sci-fi vibe to it. Of course, that's not an MMO, but it still has a very, very big online presence and whatnot to it. I'm really excited about the game. And then when they showed some stuff at E3, I was slightly less excited because it was just like they just showed footage of like people in a ship shooting stuff at each other in a ship. But then the most recent stuff I saw was like freaking yes again. Because originally they showed like pirates that were on an island and like there's like a skeleton and they're trying to get like a treasure chest. And I'm like, that looks awesome. What, Micah? You're telling me something.
Oh, just make sure you hurry up because you don't have a lot of time to explain it.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yes, you're right.
Now we just lost.
And now you just wasted time telling me that I don't have time to explain it, which sounds like Destiny for those who've played Destiny. You'll know exactly what I mean. I don't have time to explain what I don't have time to explain, yet I'm going to sit here in my freaking tower next to my weird globe thing in my library and never tell you the story of this game, even though I apparently don't have time to freaking do so. Okay, back to Sea of Thieves. They first showed it. It was like on an island, and they were like kind of looking for treasure. And I was like, I'm so down for this. And then they just showed like ship battles, which is cool. But I'm like, did they kind of like change this a little bit? And then the most recent stuff they showed was like ghost stuff where you get killed, and then now you're on like a ghost ship instead, and you have to like plea for your life back or something like that.
Yeah, from the captain.
Like so freaking what is this game?
You can find treasure too with like this compass and stuff. But
I'm so excited.
The treasure you don't open right away. You have to take it to an outpost.
And
so you have to like defend your ship, and people could like maybe there's some way for people to know that you have treasure, so then they'll target you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you'll be a target, and then they can take your treasure.
Yes, I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah.
If this game is as good as I want it to be,
I'm pretty sad about it though, because
I'm trying not to like be enthusiastic though, because like
I don't have any friends on the Xbox One. Don't just say I don't have any friends at all, but I don't have any friends on the Xbox One to play with it. If it was the PS4, I would be way more excited.
Yeah. Okay. Next topic. Pit People is coming in preview for the Xbox One in January. If you guys don't know what Pit People is, that's fine. A lot of people don't know what Pit People is because I think it just got a newer. I think it got its name kind of recently because for a while it was just known as Game 4. Behemoth Games is the game creator. If you guys don't know, Behemoth is the one that made Castle Crashers, and help me out, Michael. What are the names of some of the other ones?
One of the best games
on the Xbox 360. What was it called? I forgot all of a sudden.
Crap, the cat one.
Buckle your pants. Buckle your pants. Buckle your pants.
Yeah, it was one where you're stuck in
jail with like cats that were like controlling the jail, and you're just
forced to be in like a theater.
Yeah, Battle Block Theater. Battle Block Theater is what it was called.
It was a
freaking weird game. Hilarious commentary. Freaking hilarious commentary. There's a guy who's pretty much you're in a theater and you're like forced to do like this death trial, and you have like, and he's the one who's kind of like running the whole thing. But there's also like a tragic story of him being like your best friend at one time and going crazy because the hat to go. Ah, man, it's the dumbest story, but it's
weirdest.
So weird, but it's so good. And Pit People is a game from Behemoth Games, excuse me. It's their next game, their fourth one. It's coming to Xbox One preview, as well as, let me check this. I think it's also coming to Steam. Yeah, it's coming to game preview and Steam Early Access on January 13th.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. So if you guys...
It's a turn-based, like, Fire Emblem type game.
Yeah, that's the other thing about them. Every single one of their games is a completely different game. They do brand new...
But
brand
it's
new
like
stuff.
The same funny style.
Yeah, and the same like commentary guy.
Yeah,
he's just
different genre.
Yeah, it's they're really smart. They make fun stuff. The art of it is always really similar. They look goofy and cool, and it's a lot of fun. we have got a lot of topics to talk about, so we have another like minute to go, but we can just end it here. But not because it wasn't a fun thing to talk about, but because we kind of already got to the gist of it. It's a really, really cool game, I think. I'm excited to be able to try it early. Micah.
Yes.
What would excite you about the Nintendo Switch? Would the possibility of a beautiful, gorgeous, indie exclusive excite you if it was actually good and fun?
Yes.
Yes, it would. Seasons of Heaven teaser trailer was released a couple days ago for the Nintendo Switch. It's officially the first exclusive Nintendo Switch game other than a Nintendo produced one. So it's the first like third party or indie or whatever that's exclusive Switch game. They showed the teaser trailer for this game as well as some screens and whatnot. It's based on a book of the same title, Seasons of Heaven. They haven't really shown much about it, other than the fact that it's this kid who has like a little bulldog, and apparently you're able to play as both, like I think for like puzzles and whatnot.
Huh.
So it could be a lot of fun. But the main thing is this: in this teaser trailer, it is drop dead gorgeous. It looks really, really good. It's all environmental stuff, and it's like, you know, cheap, easy tactics as far as making you go like, oh, this looks so great. But at the same time, a lot of people will show you environmental trailers and they'll be like, look at how gorgeous our graphics are. And it's still like, oh, it does not look good. You guys probably shouldn't have an environmental trailer if your game doesn't look good. So this is just kind of like a cheap environmental trailer. Cheap not meaning that it's not worth much, but cheap meaning it's kind of like tricking you in a way. In that, like, sometimes a game will show you environmental trailers and the game never ends up even looking like that, or you never end up really exploring the world in that way. Because they're just like, look at this, like, you know, tree over here in the corner, but you never even go to that area. So it's like, why is that in a trailer? But in this case, it's like a big explorative game, I believe, and it's a gorgeous looking trailer. There's an official trailer coming tomorrow, or today, as far as if you guys are listening to this date, the first day this episode comes out on Monday the 19th. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to keep my eyes on it because an exclusive game for the Switch is definitely exciting. I like exclusives across the board. You know, if it's a third-party thing, if it's like the fact that Tomb Raider came out early for the Xbox, that kind of sucked for PlayStation people. So I don't like that kind of thing as much. But if it's an exclusive indie type thing, like how Journey was on the PS4, yeah, it kind of stinks that other people don't have that. But at the same time, like, that's some of the things that are exciting about our whole kind of console war against each other.
Yeah,
is having a game that you're like, this is what I get to hold on to and be like, yeah, I have this cool game that I got to play over here. And not really necessarily in a way to be like, I get it and you don't, but just to be excited and proud about the console that you're playing on and the games that it gives you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of time left on this one too, but anything to say?
Not much to say about it because we don't really know a lot about it.
Exactly.
But, I mean, I guess you could find out just about everything, though, or as much as you can know if you actually read the book that it's based off of.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't even know much. I've never even heard of it.
Take like, oh, there's a, what was it, Pitbull?
Bulldog,
yeah. If you just get the Bulldog, and it's like, oh, that's why it's based off of it. But
yeah, exactly. So I don't know what else beyond that.
Yeah, it would be a Pitbull.
We'll find out. Yeah, exactly. Micah, do you remember the game Rhyme?
Is that the cel-shaded one?
Yes, Rhyme is a game that was initially showed as an exclusive for PlayStation 4. We were just talking about it like an exclusive indie type game. Rhyme was an exclusive indie game for PS4 that was shown at E3, I want to guess 2012. It's a while ago now. It was 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. I was instantly like, dang, this game looks awesome. Like, I want this game. I would I was paying attention to it, hoping that it'll eventually come out on like an Xbox, on the Xbox One or the Wii U at the time as well, because I mean, this game looks so freaking gorgeous. It's cel-shaded. It gives you a Wind Waker vibe for sure, but almost like a Last Guardian vibe too when I saw that. Initially, not graphically as much, but just kind of like the whoa that you get out of it when you watch it. One of them, in my opinion, that initial trailer that they showed us was one of the best trailers I've ever seen. It just looked so interesting. It looked so gorgeous. There was weird stuff going on with weird like buildings kind of coming to life a little bit, and like a mix between some kind of like tribal-esque stuff, but also like mechanical futuristic type stuff. Super weird, but like gorgeous looking. But that game was then canceled, or at least PlayStation 4 dropped them. I don't know why. Tequila Works is the people who worked on the game, and Tequila Works has created some really good games so far. So I don't know why it was dropped initially. But Tequila Works announced, this is a quote from a while ago now, Tequila Works announced today that it has chosen to reacquire the rights to the open world adventure game Rime and is working hard to release its aspirations for the game. This was a game initially, like I said, for PS4, but now it's coming to PS4, Xbox One, and the exciting thing for, again, this is kind of Switch heavy news again, is the fact that it will be on the Nintendo Switch as well. This game is shooting for a release. Nintendo Switch is going to be released in March 2017, and Rime is shooting to be released like around the summer. So this totally could be a game that comes out on all those consoles at once, and I hope it's as great as that initial trailer. I don't know why Sony dropped it, but I kind of hope that it's one of those things that they look back at. I'm really interested in stories within the gaming universe, not inside of a game, but like I'm interested in the story of why did they drop it? Why did they drop that game? Yeah. And I hope they look back and be like, shoot, we should have kept this exclusive. Not because I want to be like, haha, they didn't keep it exclusive, but because I want it to be a great game, and I want them to be like, man, we should have done the same thing we did with Journey and just hold on to this thing. Yeah. So it looks freaking awesome, and yeah.
Perfect.
Indeed. Last topic for our lightning round. Micah.
Yeah?
This is one that I haven't told you about, but it's something that I think you're interested in.
Oh.
My Horse Prince is a weird dating simulator about an anime girl and a horse boy she loves. And this is your favorite genre, and I wanted you to be interested in this game. I know that your favorite genre is dating simulators, and you also love animals mixed with people.
No one's supposed to know that.
You love animal
said
people.
We would keep that a secret.
Nope.
You know what? I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm done with this podcast.
But I knew you love this game. Japanese dating simulators are your favorite, and then you also love horse guys. That's like your favorite thing.
No, seriously, it's not. No, please don't believe that. Like, that's actually something that kind of scares me.
I know you like literally hate this with every bone in your body.
Really. I should be shocked, but I'm not surprised. In this day and age.
No.
For something like that to come out. I hope it does horrible. And they know that that's a bad idea to do something like that. They'll warp children's minds. But actually, no, the people who are going to get this are probably already adults.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
really strange adults.
Yep.
With serious problems.
Yep.
Okay. All right, that's it for...
Let's not stretch that one out.
Yeah, no. That's it for Speedrun. All done those topics. We're going to move on to our question sent in by you beautiful, wonderful listeners. If you guys have questions that you would like us to ask and talk about here on Words and Stuff, then you need to send your questions into wordsandstuffquestions@gmail.com. If you have any kind of questions, whether it's something funny or silly or deep and interesting or whatever the case may be, send them in. We will absolutely, definitely answer them because we only have a very small, beautiful, wonderful listening group.
Yeah.
So,
listening.
If at one point we blow up and have a bazillion listeners, then we can't answer every single question. But for now, every single question you guys send in, we will answer, and that's really exciting, I think. This week's question comes in from Jacob Maldonado from San Antonio, Texas, a.k.a. Snake. If you were to join one and only one video game world, which world would you join? Very, very good question. I like this question a lot. I'm actually going to expand upon this question a little bit. This will be one of our two main topics for today. I'm going to kind of adjust the question slightly, okay? Because if you just say, what video game world do you want to join, that can kind of be broad. But what I want to say is this. So, Micah, I want you to give me one video game world you want to join if you are the hero. Example of that would be, I want to join the world of Zelda, and I want to be Link. Okay? So, like, you are the hero.
Yeah.
A second, I also want you to give me a game world that you would want to join if you are a contributor in this world. So if you're kind of like an army dude soldier, so it could be like the world of Destiny, and you're just one of the or the world of Titanfall, and you're one of the pilots, or the world of Destiny, and you're one of the Guardians.
Yeah.
You're not the hero. You're just a member of that society, or you can even be a freaking shopkeeper. You know what I mean? Like, but like you're a main contributor in that world. And then the last one would be, I want you to give me a game world that you would want to join in if you are just a normal, average, everyday citizen, just a normal dude, and a game world you would want to join. Which one of those do you want to answer first?
I'll go with that last one.
Okay, so what world would you want to join if you're just an average, everyday dude?
If I was an average, everyday dude, I'd go with Pokemon.
Good choice.
I don't know exactly. I'd have to think about what region, but
don't worry.
That doesn't really matter. Everything in the game seems so like great. There's like barely anyone. I mean, other than like Team Rocket, which they don't really even do anything.
They're not even a real threat.
Or teams like that. No. Everything's kind of like perfectly paved, and like everything's just like there for you. Like there's paths to each town that are nice, and you can stay at all the different Poke Centers or whatever. It would be really awesome. I mean, I thought about that before, where if you just like as a kid just started this own journey catching Pokemon and stuff, and the whole world's like pretty friendly, so that would be great.
Yeah, it's a friendly world. Collecting Pokemon will be awesome. You know, everybody loves having their own, pets in real life, let alone being able to catch them all literally and just go around and catch all the Pokemon. And like you said, it's a safe world. It's like you wouldn't, there's, some of the Pokemon are probably dangerous, but you still have your own Pokemon right by your side that you can use to defend yourself. It's definitely will be freaking awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll go with the first one you said.
Do it in order because it's kind of confusing. So since you did 3, now let's do 2.
I'm still
you haven't picked one yet? Okay, so then give me the world you would want to live in if you were literally the hero.
Link. I don't want to be Link.
Zelda, Link?
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't want to be Zelda.
I know, the world of Zelda, Hyrule.
Yeah.
The world of Hyrule, and you want to be Link.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
No, I totally agree. You're taking on the ones I think I'd pick.
And yeah, go along with yours first. I still need to think of my.
The second one.
Yeah,
the one where you're kind of just like a
supporter. Or,
yeah.
Okay,
so it's not. Okay, so Pokemon will be my number 1 pick for like you said, for the one that I'm just kind of an average everyday citizen.
Yeah.
But to mix it up, I'll give my own, and I'll go Animal Crossing for like a similar type reason. It's just an easy world. It's a fun world. It's a simple life. All you're doing is just walking around in this like beautiful world, just like digging things out of the ground and planting flowers and like just making your house look nicer. It's kind of like the exact same thing in real world, except not scary and responsibilities that weigh down on you and life sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like out with all that stuff. So I think that's the one I'd pick for that. It's kind of like, it's not the most exciting and interesting thing in the world, but I think it's like the safest and just easy and fun life to be in.
Yeah, indeed.
Do you have your second one yet? You're still thinking?
I'm still thinking.
I also am thinking on that second one. So, if I were to pick one where I am the hero, Dark Souls. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Dead. This one's kind of hard for me. I think, like you said, since you picked Zelda, that would be also my number 1 because that's always been like my favorite world.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with Halo. I think if I could be the Master Chief, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just that beautiful worlds you get to go to. The whole idea is that you're the hero, so you end up you end up winning. So if I know that I'm gonna win pretty much and I'm gonna save the day, then me being the Master Chief and taking down the Covenant and taking down the Flood and all that kind of stuff would be crazy, scary. But like to be the hero, you're not gonna be scared of anything. It's just gonna be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have your other one yet? Because I do. You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so what world would you want to join in? Your Pokemon is the world you picked if you're going to be just a normal dude. If you're the hero, you picked I want to live in Hyrule and I want to be Link. So if you are kind of a soldier or a contributor to society in etc. What world would you want to be for that one?
Is it okay if I actually pick one of the same ones? Same game?
I guess so.
I'm gonna say a gym leader in Pokemon.
Oh,
that would be really cool.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. It's kind of like cheating because it's kind of like you could have ended up being a gym leader in the other one anyway.
Yeah.
Like if you work your way up to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good pick. I like it.
I couldn't think of any that were actually nice. Like I wouldn't want to be contributing like any of those.
Yeah.
Any like soldier type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because those are the type of people who always die anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got 2 here. I'll give you my one that's not legit because it's not originally from a video game, but Naruto. Naruto, I would love to be a ninja in Naruto. Freaking yes.
Yeah.
I could do that as well for being like the hero, but if I could just be one of the awesome ninjas in Naruto, that'd be crazy and awesome. But that's anime. That's not. I mean, it's in games, but it's not originally in games.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption is my pick. Back in the day,
that's a really good one.
cowboy times. I get to be a cowboy. You know, I get to be a really good. You know, I'm not just an average everyday dude who's just like running like a general store. I get to be an actual cowboy that's running out there. I get to go on bounty hunts. I get to maybe bend the law sometimes if I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And try to get away with it.
Just run away until your wanted thing goes down.
Exactly. Just run away until my wanted thing goes down.
Yep.
And then I'm good. That would be my pick for the world I think I'd want to be in if I am just like a really good cowboy, a really awesome cowboy.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Thank you. I like that pick. I was proud of that pick when I thought of it. Thank you so much, Snake/Jacob. Very good pick. I like that question a whole lot. If you guys have your own questions, send them into WordsAndStuffQuestions at gmail.com. If you have any of those questions, send them in. We would love to answer them.
Indeed.
Moving on to our other big topic. It's Christmas time, Micah.
Yeah.
Are you excited about Christmas?
Yeah, I am.
I freaking love Christmas.
Me too.
Christmas is Christmas and Thanksgiving are my 2 favorite holidays because I'm big on the warmth of just being around each other and family time.
Just that whole time, just leading up.
I love the message behind both Thanksgiving and Christmas and what they stand for, what they originally stand for, and what they're supposed to stand for. I love all that. Presents and whatnot is great, but that's not what it's about at all for me. It's more about just being together and kind of just the happiness of that day and happiness of this time. A lot of people kind of get stressed out, and it can be stressful to get presents and set up for stuff and all that kind of stuff. But it's still an awesome time of the year, I think. And the world kind of gets darker and grimmer for the next couple months after this because it's kind of like, because, you love snow a lot, Micah. I do love snow. I don't like the cold, but I do like snow.
But that time anyway.
But still, it's a kind of a grim and time.
And for anyone in school, it's just like,
exactly. Now you're going back to school, and the first half of school year, you're kind of like a little bit excited. Those first couple months of school, sometimes you're like, get back to school. This is cool. But then by the time you're coming back after winter break, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore or ever again.
Yeah, exactly.
So along with the topic of Christmas, next week's episode, by the way, I think we're gonna actually end up recording on Christmas, on Christmas Day. For our Christmas plans, we're actually going down to North Carolina, to my aunt's house, to Micah and my aunt's house, which is fun. We rotate. My family rotates between my aunt coming up to here where I live in PA, and then every other year we go down to them in North Carolina. We used to go up to the Poconos in Pennsylvania, to where my granddad lived when he was still alive. The most magical and beautiful and wonderful place in the world.
You just took
that
the
house,
words out of my
that
mouth.
my granddad and we called her Margie. So grandma, it just sounds weird even saying my granddad and my grandma because we didn't call her that. We called her Margie. She didn't want to be called grandma. I think it made her feel like she was old or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Her name was Margaret, so Margie was like a nickname she wanted that still sounded like a little kid calling his grandma Margie. I don't know. But anyway, they had a beautiful, wonderful house. It's up in the woods, close enough to like a little small town, this wonderful old-fashioned small town, but still far enough from that it felt secluded in this tiny little neighborhood area, but still all covered in woods. A pond in the backyard where it would ice over and we could ice skate and play tackle football
and
on the ice.
And where the muck monster
where the muck monster was.
Which used to scare me.
Where the muck monster was. It was a beautiful place, and it almost always snowed up there because it's up north more. So if we're up there we used to be up there for like a whole week, even longer. So I remember we used to be up there for 9 whole days for Christmas.
It was great.
Just magic. And in those 9 days, there's a good chance that a little bit of precipitation will fall. And if you have precipitation up there, that time of the year, it's almost guaranteed to be snow. So it might not necessarily be like inches or snow or something. It might just be some flurries, but like Christmas and it's flurrying outside.
It was true Christmas.
Yeah, it was a dream. It's just the most magical, like, I can't even explain it. It was the most wonderful and beautiful and amazing place to be. I felt so at home there. I miss it like crazy. We went there actually recently just to like peek in because the people who purchased the house, because our family doesn't own it anymore. The people who purchased the house use it as like a vacation type place, so they're not in there all the time. So when we were up in the area one time, we kind of went there and just kind of like peeked in the windows and stuff, and it was really weird and nostalgic for me and kind of really emotional. It was kind of like, what the heck? This is so weird to go back here and not be able to just go inside and open up his cookie jar and take some cookies and just sit in the comfortableness by the fire and
he had cable
read
too.
some Dr. Seuss books and watch SpongeBob.
Yeah, like, what is SpongeBob?
Yeah, that's the first time because we did not have any kind of cable. We had freaking WITF. Yeah.
PBS, Cyber Kids.
Yeah, exactly. And we're like, SpongeBob, what is this amazingness?
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss that place like crazy. But those are all Christmas related. It's all Christmas related memories. But this is obviously a video game podcast. So I wanted this topic to be video game Christmassy related, because for presents and whatnot, I'm sure a lot of us throughout the years got video game stuff for Christmas. So I've got a couple memories. Michael, give me some of your video game Christmas memories. That could be getting a present for Christmas. It could be that drive, that 3.5-4 hour drive to Granddad's house, you playing video games in the car, or playing them on the way back after you got it.
Yeah,
like anything Christmassy related with video games. Give me some memories, some awesome memories from it.
Honestly, I can't remember back then. I was pretty young.
Yeah.
So I don't think I really got any games really back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like as presents, I usually got more of like real games.
Real games? What's a real game?
Or like toys, books, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the games that I were playing on back then was when I had a Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do remember playing Pokemon there and being in the cave and like finding an Onyx. While I was playing that there, Pokemon Blue. So those were the types of games I played. There was also like a shooting, like what was that game? Yeah. I had that little tune, I remember that. But it was like a type game. But
I remember the freaking tune for it, but I don't remember what it was called at all.
Yeah, and it had a really sad song of like when you
died,
you lose to, and it shows it crashing.
Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah. I think I still have it like right on my top of my drawer.
Keep talking. I'm gonna look for it. Keep talking.
Yeah, you should like see if it turns on still. Should be right up there. In more recent years, or like the last 10 years, I've had like a DS and a 3DS, and Christmas, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, I got a 3DS, like a Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D.
Shh, be quiet. This is Solar Striker, a long-lost Game Boy game that nobody cared about, yet we played it for hours because we only owned like 3 games.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Brings back some good memories.
Should I die on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, I died once. That tune there is just so good. And it's such a hard game, such an old game. Okay, I'm gonna die for the third time. Here comes. Hold on. Hey, die! I just tried to get killed, but I can't. Okay.
I think it just froze.
It just froze. I did all of that and it freaking froze. And I don't even know how clearly that song was coming through. That's anyway.
Also a Christmas memory.
What, the game freezing?
Yeah, game freeze. That's an always memory with old.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted your Christmas memory.
Fine. So, What I think I've only gotten one console, like an actual console,
Like given to you personally, you mean?
Yeah, and that was like.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if it doesn't freeze again.
That made my
7-year-old,
8-year-old
music.
heart pretty sad.
Listen to that gorgeousness.
It just shows it like crashing onto like a planet or something. But yeah, I got a Ocarina of Time 3D 3DS, and that was pretty amazing. I like teared up a little because I like really wanted a 3DS.
Yeah,
That was like 2011, 12.
Oh yeah, I helped Mom pick that one out.
Yeah. Yeah. I still had to pay for it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I had to pay like $60 or something like that.
She's so cheap.
Yeah, but it was still worth it.
Oh my gosh! Merry Christmas. Now give me $50 to help pay for it. But
Yep.
Merry Christmas.
That's like about it didn't matter though. That was great.
Yeah.
And then over the years, Jonathan and I have exchanged video games.
Oh yeah.
So actually a great memory.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the first games you gave me.
Yes.
And you gave it to me in like a weird plastic ornament box, and then with like wrapping inside of it. Metroid Fusion.
Ah, yes.
And I was like, what is this? I never even played. I mean, I knew what Metroid was because like I think Smash Bros.
Yeah,
mainly.
in Smash Bros. Samus.
But really great game. It was like probably the hardest game I played, but it like at the time for my age. But it was just so rewarding because of that, and that makes me wish that kids played more difficult and rewarding games compared to like a lot of games kids play these days.
Yeah, which is our nephew. We had him playing Shovel Knight, and we definitely helped him at some points. But he beat that game, and I was like,
and he loved it.
Super proud of him because it's he got killed a billion times, and it was frustrating at points, but he absolutely loved it. He loved the challenge of it. And now he's playing some of the Mega Man games.
Yeah.
And that's really, really awesome too. Old school games that are challenging because they teach you patience, so they teach you to kind of strive for something and not to just go all easy mode on it. And it's really awesome feeling when you beat a game like that, especially something like Metroid, where it was this open adventure where you're not even told where to go or what to do, and you had to figure all that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one is that you got me Spirit Tracks for the DS. You didn't get it on the way. I think it was on the way. Yeah, it wasn't on the way there, which I was kind of like upset about because I wanted the game to play on the way there.
Yeah, sometimes I've given you games early before Christmas if we were going to go on a long drive down to North Carolina or something. I gave it to you before Christmas. That way you could play it on the drive there and afterwards.
This time you didn't, but I think I survived. I just kind of played random games on the way there. But yeah, I once I got that though, I played the stuff out of it, and I actually had a hard time playing it on the way home because when you do like the flute part, which is the instrument you have to like blow in the DS, but for some reason like the car,
the noise of the car being like down the highway,
and like it was like really difficult.
It thinks that he was blowing into the DS microphone because you had to blow into the DS microphone to like play the flute, and then you would adjust how the flute sounds by pressing the different buttons and whatnot.
The stylus.
But you would by moving the stylus, but you would be blowing into it as if you were blowing into a flute. But because we were driving down the highway, it heard the humming noise and thought that was him blowing in it. So he was like stuck on some puzzles that he could like not even get past.
It was
like
really frustrating.
You needed to be able to just play the flute or whatever, and it just wouldn't let you, which is really funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I beat like 75% of that game before we even got home. I played the stuff out of that, and that was interesting game, interesting Zelda game for sure.
Mm-hmm. Personally, not a fan. I don't really like it, but that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It was still fun though. Yeah. If you don't see it as a Zelda game, maybe think of it as a fun game on the DS.
But it is a Zelda game. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't. It's got the Zelda tune to it. I'm playing as Link. I'm saving Zelda.
It says Zelda on it.
It says Zelda on it.
Yeah.
Like great music though. The Spirit Track soundtrack and all that is great.
So yeah, like I said, we've given each other games over the years.
Yeah.
I gave you Metal Gear.
Yes, you did.
Last year, I think.
Loved it. Love that game.
I'm trying to remember what you gave me Epic Mickey one year.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry, Micah.
What?
I gave you Epic Mickey.
Oh no, I thought it was really fun and
So
weird.
did you enjoy it when you played it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I never finished it though because I got stuck in a glitch.
Yeah,
And-
I remember that. Now.
Which made me sad because I was like most of the game through.
Yeah, some
and
people.
I never...
Nobody really thinks Epic Mickey was like epic, but
Yeah.
I think some people at least have like it's a good game. It's a decent game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else you've given me. What did you give me last year?
Have I given you Uncharted?
Oh, I think it was Uncharted.
Uncharted trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I gave you.
That was great because then I played all those.
Because I knew
We
Uncharted
mentioned
4
this
was
before.
coming and I knew you wanted to play it, so I bought you the Uncharted trilogy. You had only had your PlayStation by then for your PlayStation 4 for like 3 or 4 months or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I got you Halo 4 like 4 years ago.
Yep, I
3 years
remember
ago.
that. Yep. What else?
Probably gave me like a 3DS game or something.
I'm sure I did. I can't think of anything off the top of my head
But yeah, that's about it for my
for your video game.
my
memories.
Christmas memories. Probably one of the best ones though is getting Metroid Fusion
Awesome.
because that's one of my favorite games of all time now. Yeah, and I couldn't figure out what it was because you put in like a weird plastic.
Yeah,
Almost
well,
like,
I
it was
didn't.
like an ornament box.
Yeah, I didn't want you to know
Or-
what it was. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
What
All
are
right.
yours?
I definitely have quite a few video game memories. For Christmas, I definitely have some memories. Of driving up to the Poconos and playing video games in the car, whether it be with my old school Game Boy playing that game the music we were just doing, the Solar Striker game, or Tetris, or what was it called? A football game. Action something football. It was terrible. It was an awful game.
Yeah, is it the one?
It's like touchdown. It would like try to say touchdown. Yeah, dun, and then it would be like
Yeah, I
touchdown.
attempted to play that game
It sounded so bad.
several times and I had no idea what to
Yeah,
do.
it's not a good game, but I played it so much because I love football and I'm an idiot. And then I even remember playing before I owned a Game Boy. I remember playing this Batman. What are those games called? Do you remember, Micah? Those ones that are
Game and Watch type ones?
yeah. What's that called? Those like it's Tiger, right? Tiger Games, isn't that the company?
I think that's what there was. Some cat name, and they made like $1 billion.
Yeah. I remember a Batman one from one of the Batman movies. I forget which one it was. I think it was the one with Penguin in it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
weird
no,
about
you know what? I'm lying. I think it was the early animated series one. I can't remember, but it's just this very simple, dumb game. I remember playing it for hours. That was like really early on. The first time I got like a big gift for Christmas, video game related, was when I got my Nintendo 64. And you know that famous video of the kid going, "It's a Nintendo 64!" Like, that was me. Like, if they recorded me, I could have been famous even more so than that, because my reaction was even better. I like ripped it open. It was supposed to be like my sister's and mine, but really it was like it was mine.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just freaking out about it. I ran like my mom was standing up behind a couch, and I like jumped up and ran towards her, jumped on the couch and like Mario style jumped off the couch and then jumped up into her arms like to give her a big hug. And then she told me that it was also for my granddad, so I ran over and gave him a hug. He like chipped in. I think he just said, "I don't know what to get him, so here's $50."
He's probably like, I don't even know what this Nintendo 64 thing
yeah,
is,
exactly.
but he's
And
happy.
I remember trying to set it up there and having like a lot of trouble with trying to set it up. It was a Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer bundle, and then my oldest sister got me Mario 64. So I got Mario 64 and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And me and my like wannabe cool self, back when I'm I guess I probably would have been like 8 or I think it would have been like 9. Yeah, 8 or 9. Was like, I want to play Star Wars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's what I wanted to play crazy, and then my sister was like, I want to play Mario. So then we tried to set it up forever up there. It took me so long to set it up. I'm sure it was something simple now, but I don't know why I couldn't figure it out. And we didn't end up being able to set it up there, which was like really sad for me. Probably a good thing though, because I would have ignored everybody and just played games the entire rest of the time.
Probably.
But then when I got back home, we got to do that. Got to play the crap out of Mario 64. One of the best games, one of the most influential and important games in video game history for what it did for 3D gaming. People just didn't get how to make 3D games work yet.
Yeah.
And that was like the first game to be like, it works. We figured this out. Just an awesome game. But Star Wars Pod Racer was amazing too. I love that game. Like, I played that game so much, just as much probably as Mario 64. Actually, probably those two games were the games I probably end up playing the most throughout like the entire lifespan of owning my Nintendo 64. Star Wars Pod Racer is it's really, really deep game. It had like so many worlds and levels that you can play on, and then a lot of the tracks had variations on them, so you would play that track again.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I'm like, what the heck? I'm at like World 4 or whatever. Why am I playing the same track? But I wouldn't. It would like branch off and do a completely different thing. It could be a level that used to take a minute to like go around one lap, and then now it takes like 2.5 minutes because they totally opened up this huge thing.
Yeah.
I used to get really excited when it would say it's a new lap record, and then they would say new world record on it, and I was as a kid convinced that I just beat the world record. I'm like, I beat the world record for this.
It had such a weird feel to it too. Like there was like no music sometimes until like the last lap or something like that, right? Yeah,
you would just be driving along and it would just be sound effects and then like you trying to heal everybody would say pizza. They go pizza. I don't know why. It was like one of the words in like the Star Wars language.
Yeah, something like that.
It was funny. And Anakin's the only one that would speak English, and he would like call people funny names and take a couple of the lines in the movie. He would say, "Come on, work," and that's exactly what it would do if you tried to like heal up your racer, because you would like if it got some dinks, you could press R and it would start to heal it up real quick so that you can continue racing and not like blow up and burn in fire. The racing itself was really deep, and then you could go to the shop, talk to what's that guy's name? I forget the
they come into my shop.
Yeah, they come into my shop, mess up my store.
It was that like bug looking.
Have you seen my shed?
He had like an elephant, like little
I don't even know.
nose type thing.
Yeah, he's funny guy. So yeah, you could buy stuff from him, or you could buy stuff from his like junk shop in the back for cheaper, and you could like make your racers faster or have better acceleration, et cetera, et cetera. Really, really, I think it's the first time I ever played a game that deep, as far a racing game that deep, as far as like not just being Mario Kart where you just throw stuff at each other or whatever, being able to like make all these adjustments and stuff like that. And then I don't need to talk about Mario 64. Like that's just an awesome game. We all know how fantastic that game is.
Yeah.
That was my Nintendo 64 memory. The other one that I ended up getting, that's like the better memory because it was when I was younger and stuff. And then I also got a Nintendo DS, a Nintendo 3D, not a 3DS, excuse me. A Nintendo DS. I got the red one with the Mario Kart DS bundle. Maybe the game that I've put more time into like ever. And I beat that game 100%. I got every 3 stars in every single Grand Prix, which is extremely difficult. Like you can get first place in all 4 of the races and still not get a 3-star. You had to get first place and win by like a mile for you to get 3 stars. And then there was all these missions where you also could try to get
Mario Kart game.
It was great. Then they had these missions that were like with boss battles and like weird stuff. They all this like
it had the most stuff of it. Like, what would you say? The most
added or gameplay?
Yeah, most or just game modes and stuff.
Yeah, game modes
like
and
any
stuff.
Other any other Mario Kart.
I think they knew they're thinking Mario Kart has always been a party game. And it still is because you can play multiplayer with it. But then they realized this is also like, a handheld. So we're going to give you some single player type stuff because it's not playing on this big screen. So they gave these missions that you could do. The funny thing about that is that I took exactly 1.5 years to beat that game 100%. Which was like a funny thing. I beat it on June 25th, like a year and a half later.
Wow. To
like get my last Grand Prix 3 stars. And I played it like almost not nonstop, but I played it like every single time I had time to play a handheld game. That was my game of choice. I guess that's kind of, I'm trying to think if there's other.
I have one that's for you.
Okay. Yeah.
it was the Game Boy Color that we got from that organization when I was like, I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah.
When our dad lost his job.
That's right.
And they helped us out. We were like chosen.
Oh, yeah, you're totally
out
right.
of like like a random
now
selection.
I'm excited to tell the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so my dad lost his job. He got laid off. It was very surprising for him to get laid off because he was doing really well. The company kind of started going a little downhill. But in general, people get laid off now, and especially like over 2008 when we had the whole economy crash and stuff like that. But it was almost a little bit taboo to get laid off back then. It was kind of like, because in general, the economy of the world was kind of in a decent, or United States anyway, was in a good place, and it was a little bit rare to get laid off for stuff like that. Yeah. And he had a very good paying job with benefits and all that kind of stuff. So getting laid off was a big deal. So I don't know exactly how this happened. I don't know who wrote in for whatever, but we ended up being picked as a family to then get blessed with getting gifts to us. So basically they just were like, hey, my dad was like, gave me a piece of paper to fill out, to be like, they're gonna give us birthday gifts, they're gonna give us Christmas gifts. Fill out things that you want or things that you're interested in. And I couldn't really even think of anything that I wanted. I just put down stuff that I'm interested in. I was like, okay, I want...
You would have only been like 7 years old.
Yeah. I want... the year before would have been when I got the Nintendo 64. I think it was the next year that I got... that we got blessed by being chosen to be given these gifts.
Yeah.
So I said that I love football, and I said that I have a Nintendo 64 and I want games for that. And I mentioned a bunch of other stuff that I don't remember now. Batman maybe or something like that. But I was shocked when I opened it up. I got this because you mentioned the Game Boy thing. First, I opened up my present and it was NFL. It was Madden 2000, and that was the newest one. So a brand new Madden game. I think it was that year that would have come out, I believe. A brand new Nintendo 64 game cost more. It cost like $80. Like it was money because the cartridges cost a lot of money. So I got Madden 2000, was super excited about it, and that's what made me fall in love with football video games. Even more so than that stupid one that I said I was playing on my Game Boy. Yeah. And then I was even more shocked because I was really expecting these people to just give us like, maybe I got a football or something like that, which would have excited me for sure. But that's kind of what I was expecting. I wasn't even expecting to get video game stuff. And then I was even more shocked when they gave us a purple Game Boy Color. What game was
I love
it?
that thing.
What game did they come with?
I was thinking, but I guess I got it mixed up. I thought you got the football game for that, but
no,
I guess I was mad.
No, you know what?
Would it be that
you might be right.
game?
No. You might have been right. Because it would have been a regular Game Boy game, even though we got a Game Boy Color. I think they gave me two things. They gave me that football game, again, because it was like this kid likes football and video games. So they gave me that football game. Yeah. No, they gave me two football games, and the one sucked and I played like twice, and the other one sucked less, and it's the one that I played a whole bunch. And then they also gave me, I believe, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Oh. That was an actual Game Boy Color game. The other two were Game Boy games that were like... And I'm kind of like surprised that these people knew what they were doing. They must have gone to like a GameStop and had the representatives help them or something. Because why would you buy a Game Boy game for a Game Boy Color? You had to have known that the Game Boy Color was backwards compatible and able to play Game Boy games. So they gave me two Game Boy games, football Game Boy games.
Nintendo's so amazing by that too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Backwards compatible.
Exactly. And then they gave me Super Mario Bros. Deluxe for the Game Boy Color. And I was super, super excited. And yeah, I played that all the way home and like nonstop played that thing. And was yeah.
So that's a pretty amazing one. And I have one more that I remembered.
Go for it.
Yeah, like I don't know. It was a while back. When the Wii was the thing. It was that generation.
Okay.
You got me like a $20
Wii
Shop
yes
credits thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this is awesome. I can get like any game.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to get two awesome games, Mario 64 then, and then Ocarina of Time.
Yep.
So I played
Great
these
choices.
kind of randomly, and I was young then, so like on the Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And by then
I don't think you ever played Ocarina of Time, honestly, did you?
Maybe
Maybe
not
you
at
picked
all.
it up once.
Yeah, I think, and just kind of played around.
I know you played around with 64, but I don't even. You may have touched Ocarina of Time once. I don't even know if you did.
Yeah. So I played. I got those, and the 64 was. I don't know. It was packed up by then because we didn't even have that thing out.
No, because it's the Wii now. So.
Yeah, and those are both some of my favorite games ever. Those are great games.
That's I was able to give. I was pretty much able to give you Ocarina of Time and Nintendo 64.
Mario 64.
Yeah, Mario 64. The quintessential, most important Zelda and Mario games as far as ushering them into the 3D era. That's pretty cool that you were able to get both of those for one Christmas gift. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Does that about wrap it up then?
I see what you did there. Christmas wrap it up.
Oh yeah, I tried that.
Christmas wrap it up. Very, very funny. All right. Yeah, I guess that does. Before we do the your very important quote, Micah, I'm going to introduce another new little segment here, really small thing, just to close it out. I always start off with saying, what have you been playing lately? So now I'm going to ask you our new ending question, which is, what are you excited about? And that could be non-video game related. So I'll answer mine real quick first. What am I excited about? Christmas. I'm excited to not have work for it's going to be 5 or 6 days straight, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
First time for me in a very long time that I'll have that big of a break. I'm excited for just to feel that Christmas magic. I'm excited to see our aunt and our cousin and have a fun time with them. Chill in their hot tub. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be wonderful. Open up presents, give presents, see everybody's faces. I'm excited to exchange gifts with my girlfriend. I got a lot of fun stuff for her that I'm excited that hope she really likes. Obviously that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Video game related, I can't really think of anything because all the stuff that I'm playing right now are stuff that out. So gonna continue playing more Hyper Light Drifter. Gonna continue playing more Mario Run and Modern Warfare Remastered. But yeah, I'm excited for Christmas. Micah, what are you excited about?
Christmas as well. Christmas.
Took my answer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Christmas.
No.
That's allowed. It's Christmas.
No, it's not. No, I'm just kidding.
You're only allowed to experience Christmas.
Yep.
No one else.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'd say that my Christmas break, it's till January 9th, so that's pretty awesome. Other than that, I'd say that I can play some games on the way up. I have Monster Hunter Generations and Pokemon Sun that I haven't even touched yet.
Seriously?
No, I mean,
I forgot about that. Both of them?
I touched Monster Hunter a little, not even at all Pokemon Sun. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of stressful too because which one do I even play? I don't even know. But yeah, I have those two, so that's exciting video game wise. And then I have break for a while until the 9th of January.
Oh yeah, I'm done school now too. Until like early / mid January. So I'm super pumped about that. I'm not gonna have another break for this long until next winter because I take summer classes as well.
Yeah. And
between spring break being a 1 week break,
I don't even think I have any spring break really.
Yeah, I think spring break's like a 1 week break for me, and then my summer class starts the next day after my spring class ends, and then my fall class starts the next day after the summer class ends.
Nice.
So I'm not going to have another break here until next winter. This time next year, it will be a break again. So I got to suck it all up and just enjoy every single second of this because it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while until I do this again. But cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for everything and for listening. We're gonna have another episode for next week, even though it'll be Christmas. We're gonna probably record it on Christmas night because we'll be back home by then. We're actually driving home that day, or Christmas Eve we're driving home. The plans are all over the place.
We're celebrating.
Doesn't matter when you celebrate Christmas, it's still Christmas
in North Carolina.
Oh, and I'm excited for the Steelers to crush the Ravens on Christmas Day and win the division because that is what they're going to do. Okay, that's pretty much it for here.
And the Nintendo Switch thing.
Exactly.
Less than a month away.
Yeah, that's a ways away. We could talk about being excited about that later. Yeah. Micah, you have something important for us.
Oh, yeah. Here's the quote of the night.
The quote of the night. Go for it.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Since light travels faster than sound, people may appear bright until you hear them speak. Boom.
You're gonna have to read it again. Wait, what? Start off with. Okay, I'm trying to grasp this. Go ahead.
Since light travels faster than sound, people may appear bright, so they appear bright faster because light travels faster.
Okay.
And until you hear them speak.
Burn.
Yeah,
That's a burn. Boom.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a very good one. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Words and stuff.
Catch you later.